Oh, hi Angelica.
Why are you here?
They let me take a day off my life sentence. I came to see how your dad's doing, since I haven't seen him since the Rugrats reboot started.
Oh, he's just trying to complain to Nickelodeon about not getting a role in the Rugrats reboot.
Wow, I'm going to go talk to him.
Oh, hi Angelica.
Hi Howard, what's up?
I've sent in a few complaints to Nickelodeon to give me a role in the Rugrats reboot, but they can't offer me a major role.
Yeah, I never understood why they decided to make Betty a lesbian in the reboot. You know what? I'm going to make a rant on it.
Good luck.
Okay, I talked to your dad. I'm going to make a rant on the decision to make your mom a lesbian in the reboot. I got his approval. Can I have yours?
I approve.
I approve as well.
Great, let's get going. Okay, let's get things going. Now, before we start this rant, if you like this portrayal of this character, I respect your opinion, and I have nothing against lesbians.
I thought that was the whole point of this rant.
I didn't say I was against lesbians in general. I was just against your mom being portrayed as one.
But,
look, I'll explain later. As I was saying, I don't have anything against any of the LGBT+ community. Now let's get going. Rugrats, Nickelodeon's first big game changer. One of the first 3 Nicktoons that first aired on August 11, 1991. You may know me from this show. I'm Angelica Pickles, the main antagonist, but sometimes supporting character in the show. The fandom seems to be mixed about me. I've gotten a good deal of loving hate, but also a good deal of hateful hate, even from one of the show's own creators.
Really? Then why they keep you in the show?
She came around. Now shut up. Anyways, a CGI reboot of the show was released on Paramount Plus in 2021. Some people have complained that the characters look ugly in 3D, but that's not the point of this rant. Now, the reboot made some changes. For example, they aged down Susie and aged up Kimi.
But doesn't Kimi have the power to change her age at will?
Look, I can't explain that. Just let me get through this. Now, we're here to talk about Betty DeVille, mother of Lil and Phil DeVille. Now normally in conversation Phil's name is mentioned before Lil's, but I find that incredibly sexist since Lil is 2 minutes older.
Hey, don't rub it in.
It's not my fault I made it out 2 minutes before you, Philip.
Oh yeah, Lillian?
Easy, you two, settle down. Anyways, what was the big change they made to her? Well, they made her a lesbian. Now, as I said earlier, I don't have anything against lesbians in general. But I'll talk about why I have a problem with that. For one, to quote Pappy Anime 2012.
Hey, doesn't your cousin hate Happy Anime 2012?
I don't know, what gave you that idea?
Peppa Pig's rant on him.
Okay, I'll ask him later. Anyways, as I was saying, to quote Pappy Anime 2012, I just don't like it when they make big changes to characters 20 years later and expect people to just immediately accept it as canon. And he's obviously not the only one. Now, you could argue that it's an alternate universe, and while that appears to be the case, I'll talk about why the change wasn't the best idea. In the original series, Betty was portrayed with a more masculine personality and was married to her husband Howard, who we'll talk about later. Since she was portrayed as more masculine in the original series and the reboot, making her a lesbian just enforces the stereotype that all women that aren't traditionally feminine are lesbians. Now let's talk about Howard, Lil and Phil's stay-at-home dad. They just got rid of him. In fact, him complaining about not having a role in the reboot was what inspired me to make this rant. The fact that the show portrayed a less masculine and more feminine father made it especially ahead of its time.
But wouldn't portraying a lesbian have made the show even more ahead of its time?
Well, I guess you're right, but that's not the point. Anyways, in most other media nowadays, very few men are portrayed as more feminine. Heck, pop culture still portrays stay-at-home moms in an age where it usually takes 2 incomes to make it, but it rarely portrays stay-at-home dads. This is something I have a bit of a problem with, especially considering that my manager has interest in being a stay-at-home dad.
Well, who's this manager of yours?
I'm sorry, I can't really reveal his identity.
Why not?
I just can't. Let's just keep going. Now that we've discussed Howard, let's see who they replaced him with. Drumroll please. Absolutely no one. Wait, What? They made Betty a lesbian single parent? That leaves me with a whole set of questions. Is she a lesbian widow? Did she have a wife who tragically died from giving birth to her twins?
You know, I've heard rumors that's how Wildflower will eventually die.
Wildflower? You mean the titular character of that story Pink Yoshi claimed has too much depth for a Go Animate video?
Yes.
But she seems too young to die that way.
But the community tab said Pink Yoshi has.
If you two don't stop interrupting me, I'll just pretend you two are a single aborted baby. Anyways, where was I? Oh yes, my list of questions. Is she a lesbian divorcee? Did she get pregnant by a man she was only using as a cover? And if she was a single parent by choice, well, admittedly it would be interesting, but it would kind of be ruined by the fact that she's a lesbian. In the last decade, Nickelodeon did a good job at LGBT representation, with characters such as Cora, Howard.
Wait, our dad is.
Shut up, I'm talking about a different Howard. You'd have known that if you'd actually looked at the screen. Anyways, as I was saying, Howard and Harold McBride, Luna Loud, and Rachel Bighead. While I'm aware of the controversies surrounding the lack of LGBT+ representation in children's media, making Betty a lesbian single parent doesn't seem like good representation, especially considering that she wasn't portrayed as one in the original. If they wanted representation in the reboot, they could have added a new Rugrat with same-sex parents. Adding new characters was something the original didn't have a problem with. We got Dill after the first movie and Kimi after the second. Why didn't I get any new siblings? Huh?
We didn't get any new siblings.
Yeah, but you two have each other. I'm the only Rugrat who remained an only child throughout the whole series. Also, the reboot introduced Kimi to the series early on, and at this point Dill hasn't been born, so that might cause confusion. Sorry for briefly going off topic. Well, that's the end of my rant. While I don't think they should change Betty being a lesbian, as that would enforce the myth that homosexuality is a mental disorder that can be cured, I'm just getting the word out there. I think that turned out pretty well.
Yeah, just one more thing.
What did you mean when you said you'd pretend we were a single aborted baby?
Well, remember that time I shipped you and the others to Antarctica?
Hey Betty, I found this video. Looks like a rant on you.
I'll get a look at it. Wow, I actually know the person who made this video. I'm going to go talk to her.
Hey, if Wicked Binge mentioned that theory in BS to Truth Bomb, what tier do you think it'd be in?
It probably wouldn't be higher than Full of Holes.
Oh, hi Betty. Are you here because of the rant I uploaded to YouTube?
Yes, and I have something to say to you about it. Good job. I never understood that decision either. I found it hard to genuinely act as a lesbian. Plus, I was wondering all those same things you asked. What's more, you did it in a way that wasn't homophobic. Good for you. I'm going to go tell your parents about this.
Angelica, we're glad you finally did something reasonable for a change.
You're ungrounded. We'll also see if we can get the cops to take some time off your life sentence.
Great. I didn't want to wait until Disney announced the live-action remake of The Black Cauldron.